My name is Harper Monroe, and my mother tried to cancel my heart surgery like she was returning a pair of shoes. The text came at 7:42 a.m. I canceled your heart surgery. Too expensive. For a second, I thought it was a joke. A cruel one. But my surgery was scheduled for Friday. $8,400. Pre-approved. Confirmed. Necessary. My hand started shaking so hard I had to sit down. I called the hospital immediately. Your procedure was canceled this morning, the coordinator said gently. The caller verified your date of birth and insurance details. My stomach dropped. That meant she had pretended to be me. I didn't cancel anything, I whispered. I have proof. I forwarded them her text messages while still on the phone. Screenshots. Timestamps. Her words clear and deliberate. There was a pause. Then the coordinator's voice changed. We're restoring your surgery immediately, and we're flagging this for potential medical fraud. Fraud. My own mother. The same woman who told everyone she sacrificed everything for me. I hung up slowly, heart racing harder than it should have. She thought she was protecting money. She had no idea she had just committed a crime. And she definitely didn't know what I was about to do next. I didn't call her. Not right away. I sat at my kitchen table, staring at my phone like it was something radioactive. The hospital called back 20 minutes later. Ms. Monroe, the compliance officer said calmly, we've added a security flag to your file. No changes can be made without in-person ID and a passcode. I exhaled slowly. Thank you. There's more, she added. Impersonating a patient to cancel medical treatment is considered fraud. We're required to document it. Which meant this wasn't just family drama. It was official. My phone buzzed again. My mother. I let it ring once. Then I answered. What were you thinking? I asked, my voice steady in a way that surprised even me. I was thinking you don't need surgery right now, she snapped. That money could be used smarter. You're being dramatic. Dramatic. Like shortness of breath and irregular heart rhythms were attention-seeking. You impersonated me, I said quietly. I'm your mother, she replied sharply. I have the right to make decisions. The silence that followed was heavy. No. She didn't. I've restored it, I told her. Her breathing changed. You what? And the hospital flagged your call. She didn't answer, because for the first time, she realized this wasn't something she could spin. This wasn't control. It was evidence. There was a long silence on the line. Then she laughed. Not nervously, not apologetically, just dismissively. They're not going to do anything, she said. I was protecting you from a mistake. Protecting me from surviving. You don't get to decide that, I replied. She exhaled sharply. You've always been dramatic about your health. It's a small procedure. You'll be fine. Small. The cardiologist had not used that word. The hospital had not used that word. Only she did. Harper, she continued, her tone softening slightly, that money could go towards something real. A house. An investment. You're being emotional. I closed my eyes. This wasn't about money. It was about control. About her belief that my body still belonged to her authority. I've already spoken to compliance, I said calmly. They're investigating the impersonation. Her breathing changed instantly. You wouldn't report your own mother. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't report you, I said. The hospital did. Another pause. This one heavier. More calculating. Fix this, she demanded quietly. Call them back. Tell them it was a misunderstanding. I stared at the surgery confirmation email now back in my inbox. No, I replied. Because this wasn't a misunderstanding. It was a line. And she had just crossed it. She showed up at my apartment that evening. Not crying. Not apologizing. Angry. You're blowing this out of proportion, she snapped the second I opened the door. They're talking about fraud like I committed a crime. You did, I said calmly. Her jaw tightened. I called to cancel something that affects me too. Do you know how much stress the surgery is putting on me? On her. I almost laughed. You pretended to be me, I replied. You gave them my birth date. My insurance number. I'm your mother, she repeated, like it was a password that unlocked ownership. I stepped aside and let her see the stack of documents on my table. Surgery confirmation. Compliance report. Case number. They've documented everything, I said quietly. There's a record. Her confidence faltered. They can't prove it was me. I held up my phone. They already matched the call to your number. Silence. Real silence this time. Not dismissive. Not dramatic. Calculating. You would ruin your own mother over this? She whispered. I met her eyes steadily. You are willing to risk my heart. For the first time, she didn't have a response. Because this wasn't about family anymore. It was about survival. And I had chosen mine. She left without slamming the door. That was the first sign she understood this was different. The next morning, the hospital's legal department called. Ms. Monroe, we need a brief written statement confirming you did not authorize the cancellation. I didn't hesitate. I sent screenshots of her texts, the timestamp of her message bragging about it, the line that still echoed in my head. Too expensive. An hour later, my mother called again. Her voice was no longer angry. It was sharp with something new. Fear. What did you send them? She asked. The truth. You need to call them back, she said quickly. Tell them I misunderstood something. I didn't misunderstand anything, I replied. Her breathing grew heavier. Do you know what they're saying? They're talking about charges. They're saying this could go on my record. I looked down at the faint surgical marker still visible on my chest from pre-op testing. You tried to cancel a medical procedure without my consent, I said calmly. That's not a family argument. That's fraud. Silence. Then softer, almost pleading. I was just trying to protect you. I didn't raise my voice. You were trying to control me. And for the first time in my life, she had no way to twist that into something else. Friday came. The hospital lobby smelled like antiseptic and quiet fear. My name was checked 3 times. My ID scanned. My passcode verified. Security protocol printed clearly across my file in bold red letters. No third-party authorization without in-person confirmation. The nurse looked at me gently. You're protected now. Protected. It felt unfamiliar. My phone buzzed while I waited in pre-op. My mother. I didn't answer. Then a text. Call me before you go in. No apology. No accountability. Just expectation. I locked my phone and handed it to the nurse before they wheeled me back. The lights above blurred as we moved down the hallway. For the first time since her text, my hands stopped shaking. Because this wasn't just about surgery. It was about choosing myself. When I woke up hours later, groggy but alive, my cardiologist smiled. It went perfectly. Perfectly. My chest felt sore, but steady. My phone had dozens of notifications. Voicemails. Missed calls. One message from an unknown number. This is hospital compliance. We need to inform you that a formal investigation has been opened. I closed my eyes slowly. She thought canceling my surgery would save money. She had no idea what it was about to cost her. The investigation moved faster than she expected. Hospitals don't treat impersonation lightly, especially when it involves life-saving procedures. 3 days after my surgery, compliance called again. Ms. Monroe, the call was traced and verified. The impersonation has been formally documented. Our legal department has forwarded the case. Forwarded. My mother called that evening. Not angry. Not defensive. Crying. They're saying I could face charges, she whispered. Harper, please. Fix this. I lay on my couch, stitches tight across my chest, heart beating steady for the first time in months. I didn't file anything, I said calmly. The hospital did. You can tell them you overreacted. Overreacted. To someone trying to cancel my heart surgery. I nearly lost my procedure. I replied quietly. Because you thought you knew better. She broke then. I was scared, she admitted. I didn't want you to go under anesthesia. I didn't want something to happen. I listened. For once, she wasn't controlling. She was unraveling. But fear doesn't justify fraud. And love doesn't erase harm. I survived the surgery, I said. Now you have to survive the consequences. She went silent. Because this time, I wasn't the one shaking.
She was.
A month later, the letter arrived. Not from the hospital. From an attorney. My mother had been formally charged with medical identity fraud and interference with patient care. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't public. It was clinical.
Precise.
The same way she had tried to be. She called me one last time. I never meant for it to go this far, she said quietly. I stood by my window, feeling my heart beat steady beneath my ribs, repaired, stable, mine. You went far the moment you pretended to be me, I replied. There was no yelling now. No manipulation. Just the weight of consequence. They're asking if I want to settle, she whispered. If I admit fault, they'll reduce it. I closed my eyes briefly. For years, she had decided what was best for me. Now someone else was deciding what was best for her. I hope you tell the truth, I said calmly. Silence. Then, softer than I'd ever heard her. I'm sorry. I didn't rush to accept it. I didn't reject it either. Because this wasn't about revenge.
It was about autonomy.
She thought canceling my surgery would protect her version of control. Instead, it gave me something I never had before. Proof that my life and my body belonged only to me.